Is Jay-Z next? I'm going to use current astrological transits to explain how and why this might be happening to Jay-Z. It's important to note that I personally have no thoughts or opinions relative to Diddy, Jay-Z, and all these stars because I really don't know them. And most of the stuff we're seeing is speculation on the internet in a period where everyone wants to cancel everybody and everyone wants to dig in people's past. What I aim to show you really is more the astrological influence behind these occurrences in the first place. This was why when I made the video about Sean Combs late 2023, before he got raided by the FBI, I was able to look at the transits that were happening with the South Node in Libra, and as we'll talk about, Saturn opposite his moon. This is what led to my prediction that there's a lot more other than the initial Keefe D rumors. As you can see, Saturn is in Pisces opposite Virgo. Saturn has a precedent when it makes a 180-degree angle to a sun or moon, or in the 7th house of open enemies, for people to go through struggle or maybe even kill. For evidence and credence of this, we can go back to November 17th, where young Dolph was murdered. Here's the date where you see Saturn in Aquarius. And guess where Saturn is opposite? Young Dolph's Leo sun. Okay. Another classic example of this is Pop Smoke, a Cancer sun who died, you guessed it, when Saturn and Pluto was opposite his sun. Here is the chart of popular Atlanta recording artist Young Thug. As you can see, end of Leo. Guess when he got arrested? He got arrested in 2022 when Saturn was opposite his sun. Do you see where I'm going here? Something to keep in mind, because now that Saturn has left Aquarius opposite Leo and it's in Pisces, he's out of prison. I can keep going with Tory Lanez, who got locked up as a Leo when Saturn was in Aqua, and now that it's in Pisces, he's working on his appeal. This happened with Kanye West when Saturn in Aquarius was opposite his Saturn in Leo and he got canceled. Then it went to Pisces and he went #1 with Vulture. More recent examples of this are Sharp One, who used to work at No Jumper, a Virgo, that while Saturn was in Pisces, he ended up beefing with that collective, as Pisces is a collective. Another example is Sneeko, who has also had to face criticism alongside Long Beach Griffey. And I want to show you how the opposition of Saturn can bring people against you. It doesn't always mean that, but there's a credence for this, as I've shown you. That being said, I've shown you how Saturn in Pisces opposite Sean Combs' Virgo moon is heavily influencing everything he's going through. Well, here's a chart of 2025 where we're going to have Saturn and Neptune begin its transit in Aries before it retrogrades. And guess what that's opposite? It's opposite Sean Carter's Libra moon. So whereas Sean Combs had the Saturn sun opposite his Virgo moon, the Saturn in Aries is going to be opposite Sean Combs' Libra moon. The reason I want to highlight this is to show you the credence of how the Saturn oppositions will bring opposition against you. And whether that means they're guilty or innocent, we're really seeing a test of integrity, where certain people's pasts are catching up to them and now they must overcome. The theme of oppositions isn't even limited to Saturn. We see here with Drake, he has a Scorpio sun. What's opposite the Scorpio energy right now? Uranus, of unexpected and unpredictable ops, that Scorpio sun Sean Combs has also faced rather unexpectedly. In fact, when Saturn eventually goes into Taurus, it'll be interesting to see how that affects Scorpios. But before that, now that we've shown you how Saturn opposing one's rising sun or moon brings opposition and open enemies, that makes me think about one more person. May they try to also do this to Kim Kardashian, as all Libras will now go through what Virgos and Leos and Cancers have been going through when Saturn goes into Aries. Saturn of which will go over her moon. So that's a little that I have regarding this. If you want more insight in depth, comment below. And as time elapses, I'll see what more insight I can come up. It's important not to get caught up in the media storm and start pointing fingers and judging before all the facts are out there. When I see these things happening once again, I'm not really seeing a takedown of all corrupt people. I'm seeing a Saturn opposition. And when approaching it like that, you understand that this happens to everyone. This is their karma they're meant to overcome. And relative to the integrity of Saturn, if Jay-Z has integrity, then that will be shown. And if he doesn't, then his past will have caught up to him. I don't wish bad on really anybody, but I do hope that the truth prevails. And all of this information has me wondering